about 2 weeks back, I think, I got a question from our fan, Dexter, who left us a 5-star review. We found out his name's Drew. But anyway, I got a question from him, and he asked how we met, and I forgot to bring it up last episode. So here we are this episode.
Here we are.
And we're going to answer that question. So I'm just going to lay it out on the floor, Colin. How did we meet?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite stories.
It's a good story.
I don't know how we haven't talked about it on the podcast yet, because it's one of the best stories I know.
I know. I was actually surprised we didn't lead off with it. In the
for
first
real,
episode.
like it could have been a cold open for the very first episode. You know,
Yeah.
forget that McDonald's story. This was
this is a
the
better
one.
story.
So it was about a couple of years ago. Well, 3 actually. I was. I just finished taking my driver's test.
It was like 3.5.
Yeah, because I'm like 19 and a half.
Yeah.
Makes sense. You get it. And I just finished taking my driver's test, and it was my first time. It took me 2 times, if that tells you anything. So I hadn't passed.
It took me 2 times too.
There you go. And you, I think, were going after me, correct?
Excuse me. Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
I was going after you.
So I had finished, and I thought I was pretty sure I had passed. My windows were down though, and you were like pulling into the DMV or whatever. Not
the parking lot.
Yeah,
It's a parking lot.
Yes. And I was like, I said something. I leaned up my head out the window. I was like, "Careful, this guy is a tough driver's test guy," or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what you said,
Something
but you were
like that.
warned me. You were
Yeah.
like, "Hey, buddy,
And then-
this guy is vicious."
And I was kind of making a joke about it, but he didn't think it was that funny and failed me.
Yeah, I know. Like, what did he write on your paper for
He
reason
wrote
for failure?
He wrote snarky attitude or something like that, and it was
I can't even believe that happened to you. It's hilarious. Because what I remember, before I got into that parking lot,
yeah.
I just came from Sonic, and I saw you guys driving around, and I looked at it, and I was like, "That looks like a driver's there's a guy sitting in front with a
Right,
thing," and I was
right.
in the Sonic parking lot. I got a cherry limeade,
As one does.
as one does at Sonic, and. So we actually followed you. Did you know that?
I did not.
We
No.
followed you back to the DMV. I was watching so carefully everything you were doing because I was like, I'm not going to fail this. I'm not going to fail this. I'm not going to fail this. And then, so we get back to the parking lot and I pulled up right next to you and you said that thing. And I was like, oh boy, I got really nervous. And then I found out that he failed you because he got in the car and he went, "Is that your friend over there?" Like that. And I was like, "No, I don't even know that
no,
kid."
but it's about to be.
I was like, "No, I don't even know that kid. I feel like maybe I should start a podcast with him." And I was like, "No," I said, "No, I don't know him." And he said, "Yeah, well, you better not have a snarky attitude like him because I just failed him." And I said, "Oh my goodness." And he was like,
It's a cool thing to say.
"Yeah, don't be a silly goose like that guy."
Right.
And so I did the test and I wasn't a silly goose. And when I pulled into the last parking spot, I was
You pulled in forward and you realized you were a beta male and failed you immediately.
No, that's not what happened. I was halfway between the lines and he failed me on it.
Gotcha.
And so after the DMV, which is where we first saw each other,
Yeah.
that's not really how we met because when we met, so this was a month later after we got our
Yeah, I think
thing.
about
We had both ended up passing our test.
Yep,
We got
yep.
back in. I got in the week after. I was really lucky. And I was driving as one does, and I pulled up to this light and I saw you and I was like, "No way.
like, holy crap, that's the
No,
guy.
but that's the guy who got fired for being the silly goose in the
Fired.
car." So I rolled down my window and I tried to get your attention and you were just jamming to
yeah,
this song.
I was vibing.
And so what ended up happening was you took off from the light and I was like, "Oh no, I missed him. I really wanted to meet this guy."
Yeah.
So I drove off after you and we ended up getting pulled over by a cop because we were speeding. and he pulled me over. There was 2 of the cops and one pulled me over and you stopped 20 feet in front of me and pulled over and the other one got you too. And we got our first ticket and then he was like, "Do you guys know each other?" And I was like, "No, we don't know. I don't know this kid." because it looked like we were like goofing off.
Yeah, like we were racing or something.
Right. And so the cops drove away, and I remember I walked up to your car and I was like, hey, do you want to go get a McDonald's burger? And
Yeah.
you were like, right now.
Yeah. And then we got to talking and realized, wait a second, we've gone to the same church and basically known each other our entire lives. And that's crazy.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Recap Podcast. I am Colin. That's Ian. And
I have a Cheez-It in my mouth.
yeah, you do. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And this is the Recap Podcast where we make up stories about how we met. Every
Yeah, that was a
episode.
joke. The whole thing
We were
was
just being
false
silly
except
gooses.
for the end where we said that we've gone to the same church and known each other our entire
Pretty
lives.
much our whole lives, yeah. Yep.
That's how we met.
Anyway,
we're excited to get into it today.
yeah, episode 6 for you. Happy Easter, by the way.
Oh.
I mean, you're listening to this on Thursday at the earliest.
True,
But
true.
it just happened for us a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. Pretty cool.
So cool.
Cool holiday.
Colin, how was your Easter?
It was good. Saw family on both sides. Went to church.
Nice.
The huge.
Yeah, you double down.
Oh, yeah.
Family on both sides.
Yeah, they both live pretty close, though.
On a,
So,
I like to say a minor league holiday, too.
minor league, really. It's
I think-
top 3 for sure.
Really? You think so? I guess yes, it would definitely be.
What'd you put
I'm
it
not-
by?
I don't know. In my head, sometimes I just think that like Christmas is the only holiday that exists.
Christmas and maybe Thanksgiving.
Yeah, yeah. So those are probably top 3:
Those are-
Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter.
Yeah, for sure.
What would be like the most minor league holiday? Boxing Day. What
Does
is
anyone know what that
Boxing
is?
Day?
If you know what that is, please tell us.
Please tell us what Boxing Day is. I'm so confused. And is it Canada's?
I think
is it a
I think it's
Canadian
either
holiday?
Canadian or just like European,
Or-
generally maybe.
Oh, is it right next to the Canadian New Year?
I think they have the same New Year as us.
They do. They do. Yeah, they do. Canadian Independence Day? I don't know.
That might
It's on
be
my
it.
calendar. Excuse me.
Whoa.
But Boxing Day is probably the most
Yeah,
minor league
the only
holiday.
time I think about it is when it shows up on the calendar, and I'm like, oh, that's a holiday.
No way, Boxing Day.
That's
are
awesome.
Are we celebrating people who box up
Yeah, it's
things?
like
Are we celebrating people
Muhammad Ali's birthday or something?
who... It could be that. It could be... What's the most wild thing that it could be?
We're celebrating waiters and waitresses who box up the food when you don't finish it.
We're celebrating takeout.
Just generally.
But we had to find a more cool way to say it.
Yeah.
Takeout Day. Because that's lame. So Boxing Day, which is way cooler.
For real.
Yeah. Other minor league holiday probably would be
there's-
April Fool's Day. Is that a real thing?
I don't know.
Is it a real holiday?
There's
Is it on the calendar? I think it is.
Yeah, it is. There's some. I don't mind. I don't mind, but I do like April Fool's Day.
You do?
I think it's kind of fun.
I think it's so dumb.
I like the fun social media stuff people do.
I just think it's an excuse for people to be like silly on their Instagrams and they think that they're funny, but they're
I
not.
think some people. I mean, that's most of it, but sometimes there's funny things. Like I saw, like Chris Pratt did like an announcement that he's playing Mickey Mouse in an upcoming Mickey Mouse movie.
That's funny.
I thought that was pretty funny.
See, but stuff like that when like actors or musicians like announce things on April Fool's Day, I don't think it's funny. I just get mad because I'm like, that would be so cool. Oh, it's April Fool's Day. So dumb.
Okay. Well, you
Yeah,
don't-
that's how I feel.
I guess you don't have to like
Fool's Day. I don't like it. I think it's silly.
Yeah. Should we move on to the next segment?
What is
Probably. It is called Life Recap,
Oh,
where
yeah.
we recap our lives.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. You want to go first?
Sure.
All right. Do it.
Ask me how my week was,
Okay.
Colin.
I mean,
You're
Ian, how
so
was
rude.
How was your week, dude?
Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Really good. Really good. We're recording this on a Tuesday, which is typically a Monday that we record. So
That's a weird way to say that.
we're recording this on a Tuesday, which is usually
This
a Monday.
Tuesday normally is a Monday, but
Anyway, yeah, I got to go hang out with some friends last night. It was super fun. I haven't seen them in a while.
nice.
And so we got Cold Stone. Oh, okay, question for you.
Yeah.
I thought about this. I was gonna bring this up. Okay,
Bring it
you
up.
like Cold Stone?
I like Cold Stone.
Okay. Do you know like that smell that Cold Stone has when
Yeah.
you walk in.
I can't place it, but I know it has like a smell.
Yep. So my question is, one, does every Cold Stone have that? And two, what's that flavor ice cream? Because that's the one I want. But I don't know what, like, I walk into a Cold Stone and I take a sniff and I'm like, right? That's what I do. And then I go, I want that flavor. But I can't walk up to the dude and be like, hey, man, I'll take the smell one.
Right.
You know,
I want the one.
Now
like
I look like a weirdo and I don't even know what I want.
Yeah.
Like, no, you need to know what you want.
Yeah, it's funny. I had this actually written down in my notes, and it's a similar jumping off of what you said.
Yeah.
I think a couple summers ago, you and I were hanging out, and I think it was your car smelled like new car. You just cleaned it or something.
Yeah.
And I said, man, I wish I could take a picture of a smell.
You did say that.
And
I remember that conversation.
I still think about that pretty often because think about that. You can record, like record vision, you know, because you can take a picture, take a video, and you can record audio. But there's no way
you can
to
kind of
like,
record touch too. Like it kind of.
how,
Like you can remember what something feels like.
Well, you can remember what something smells like too.
Yeah, but you can't like put that smell back in your nose.
No.
Not the way that I like know what it feels like to touch my pop filter. Like I don't have to do it. I know what it feels like.
I think those are on the same level.
Maybe. But I totally agree with you.
There's no way you can like record a smell.
I know. There should be though.
That'd be cool.
Kind of.
How?
Like air fresheners and things. Like they replicate scents.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Not even
the only one
close.
that like gets close is mint. Mint, I think.
Because it probably is mint.
Generally just smells like mint. Yeah. But I do wish that I could, I wish that I could snapshot the Cold Stone
just take
smell
a picture.
because it smells so good.
You know what else has a very, not necessarily good, but distinct smell is Subway.
I like Subway smell.
It's a
good smell.
It's just very strong.
I like food smell.
It's very like, oh, that smells like a Subway.
Like food
smells
places
good.
smell good.
You know what? I'm going to say something controversial.
Go
Food
for it.
smells good.
That is a hot take.
I know it's a hot take, but
and it does smell good, Colin.
I like it.
I'm with that hot take with you.
Yeah.
But the rest of my week was just nothing. Like it was a normal. I mean, it was Easter, so I had a lot of service. I think I played 5 services.
Wow.
Easter weekend, Good Friday included.
Sure.
So 1 Good Friday, 4 Easter services.
Gotcha.
So it was a
is that
weekend full
one
of
Saturday
music.
and 3 Sundays or 2
Yes.
and 2?
1 Saturday and 3 on Sunday.
Got it.
So it was a packed weekend, but it was good. I feel like I know those songs upside down at this point. But
By the time you get to the third or fourth one, you're like, man, we got this. The first
we
3 were practices, and
this
this is going to be
service.
this is the good one.
Yeah, actually, the second it would be the third service was my best one.
Was your best?
Yep. But other than that, nothing to report. Just hung out with my friends last night, and that was fun.
Nice.
It was crazy because I like went and did something, Colin.
Yeah.
So we don't do that. How was your week?
It was really good. It's been crazy warm lately.
Yeah, dude. Weather is
Like it's
so
gone
nice.
from I feel like high 30s at the best. To
Yeah.
all of a sudden, like today was close to 80.
It hit 80.
Did it really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
2
insane.
days, not 2 days ago, but like a week ago today, I think it was like a high of 38 and now it's 80.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And just especially like 2 days ago, you know, the ground was covered in snow.
Yeah.
And now most of it's gone.
Most of the snow is gone. Like the big piles of parking lot
Right,
snow is still
right.
there, but
Yep. In our yard, we've got a couple piles still.
and those piles,
that'll be there
we
till,
live in Minnesota.
That'll be there till July. It's just how it goes.
It's just the way it is. We just get ready for flooding.
Yep.
And we're prepared for it.
But it's been awesome. I was like,
Yeah.
I got up this morning. It was like 45. I'm like, I'm wearing shorts today. It's
Did
gonna
you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right now.
I have shorts on too. I didn't wear shorts to work. I should have though. I thought about it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
wear shorts tomorrow. I think.
You should do it. It's
gonna
gonna be
do
even
it.
warmer tomorrow. So
Wait, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do
Okay.
it because my jeans are. I wear the same pair of jeans every day to work because they're
because they're your work jeans.
my work
they
jeans.
get dirty. Yeah.
and I can't wear shorts until next week because I need those jeans to. You know what I mean? Like it feels silly to dirty a pair of shorts when I already
'cause
have
it's-
a dirty pair of
got
jeans
it,
that I
got it.
need to wash anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait. But I'm excited for Monday when I get to wear shorts.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be warm anymore on Monday.
What do you mean? Is it going to drop back down?
I think it's dropping back down after like starting this weekend.
Oh, we're not going to talk about the weather.
This could be a weather podcast. I don't know.
Moving
on,
kind
of fun.
Comment content.
Content.
Your Colin's favorite segment for sure.
Absolutely.
He loves it when you guys send us things and interact with us, and I get kind of excited about it.
Ian tolerates it.
I tolerate it. I get excited. Do you want to go first? Or
yeah,
do you
sure.
want me to go first?
So I'll go first.
Okay.
We got a DM from Drew, also known as Dexter.
Dexter, shout out again. This is a second shout out in this episode.
Yes.
You're on fire, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously, you're on fire right now. Like
stop, drop, and roll, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta get that figured out.
Let us know if you actually did that, because that's funny.
Let us know if you're actually on fire as you heard that.
Or if you stopped, dropped, and rolled.
That's not quite as funny if you were on fire.
I think we helped him out.
If it was a minor fire, it's pretty funny. But if
I think we helped him out if he was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
So he says, this is one of your biggest fans, DX4TR6, a.k.a. Drew.
Also known as Dexter.
A.k.a. Dexter.
We're going to call you Dexter.
He says, I was thinking about a why do people do that? One of our favorite segments.
Yeah. It's my favorite segment. I
think. It really?
Yeah.
Cool. He says, so I was driving some people to the airport the other day, and on our way back, we stopped at Raising Cane's, and each of us got a drink. Then when we got back into the car, two of us refilled our drinks for the trip, and the other person threw away their drink. Why do people do that? I'd like to hear both of your thoughts on this. Do you refill it for the road or throw it away? Ian, what are your thoughts?
All right. My initial thoughts are, did the people who threw them away get in the car and regret it? Because if they regretted it, then people make mistakes. I understand. You know what? You
just didn't even think about it.
You didn't think about it. You just threw it away
with the bag from your food or whatever.
Or maybe, you know what? You had too much carbonation. That was a lot of soda. Maybe you don't want to have any more soda.
Right.
I understand that. In that case, fill it up with something else. I'm going to get to my opinion shortly. Those are my initial thoughts. Did they regret it? Did they think that everybody was just going to do what they did? They were trendsetters?
What do you mean by that?
Did they think, if I throw it away, then they'll throw it away, and then nobody will have it in the car?
I don't think they're trying to make a statement.
Maybe though, because I've been in a car with some people that are like, "You're really gonna bring the cup in my car?
You're gonna have a drink in my car? What do you think this is?
Yeah.
Were you raised in a barn?
Keep your drinks out of my car, dude." I think personally, I do fill it up for the road every time, because you know what? As cheap as soda is.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
That's deep.
I do think soda and coffee are the two most upcharged items in our economy. Or some of the.
Really?
I'm not going to pretend to know everything about the economy. I think that they are extremely upcharged. That's what I'll say with confidence. Okay? You don't think so?
Not soda.
Really?
I mean,
I know for a fact that soda is.
Well, everything's upcharged because you got to make money.
I know, but soda is ridiculous. I bought a pop today.
How much did it cost you?
Today? $2.50.
Where?
Panda Express. It was
my
maybe a little bigger than my cup.
My fast food place of choice, McDonald's, any size, $1.
Yeah, okay. McDonald's isn't making money off their soda though. I mean, actually, they are making a ton of money off their soda. But the fact that they can do the same price for all three tells you how much their small is upcharged.
Or they're losing money on the large because they know.
No chance.
What do you mean?
No chance they lose money on the large.
I mean, I think they're making less money on the large.
Yeah, but they're not losing any money on that soda. Soda syrup costs a fraction of what you pay for soda.
Right.
Period.
You're right. I'm sure it costs them not that much. But
I'm gonna look it up.
The point is, they can. I don't think their profit margins on that are as high as on their fries, which are $4 something for a large.
Maybe not.
So the point is, they can handle lower profit margins on that because almost everyone who buys a soda is buying something else.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. It's marked up about 1,125%.
So that means, what is it? What's the
fountain soda?
So what would the price
markup
be? I don't know. I'm not going to do that math. But
what is the?
So that being, it would be 10 cents or 1 cent it's costing
like,
them.
Okay, here we go. According to Business Insider, a can of soda costs a mere 16 cents. The typical restaurant markup of a glass of fizzy stuff is shocking 1,150%. Are you on my side now?
I'm not gonna. I don't think it's one of the most upcharged things in the economy.
No, but I took that back.
So what's your side? Saying, that it's upcharged? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's like extremely upcharged.
Okay.
For a can of soda to cost 16 cents, and I walk into like a gas station and get a can of soda for like $3.
Well, a gas station is different than like a vending machine's gonna be $1
or $1.50.
Yeah.
Most vending machines for a can would be $1.50.
Yep.
Regardless, back to the thing.
Sure.
Okay. I always fill it up because free stuff's awesome. Okay. Even though it's not really free, but like free refills makes me think that it's free. Okay. So I always fill it up. And sometimes I switch it up, like for the road, because I've had maybe 2 like fizzy beverages while I'm there. Mm-hmm. Maybe for the road, I'll do a lemonade.
Sure.
Like I love lemonade.
Change it up. Lemonade's great.
Sometimes I'll like literally fill it up with water because I'm like, oh, I'll drink water on the way back. The point is, don't throw the cup away, because what if you get thirsty on the ride home? You're not taking some of mine, so just keep yours.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Dexter, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of those people that you're crapping on with this. So
that's why you got offended. He's sitting over here with like this like grimace on his face.
Man, I hate you so much right now.
You got this grimace on your face. Like, is he really gonna keep going with this?
Ian, shut up. No,
go ahead. Tell us your take.
So first of all, normally I'm not going to eat in the restaurant. If it's fast food, I'll just go through the drive-through and.
Well, if you're with friends, you would get in.
Sometimes,
you would go in.
Yeah.
I mean, we've eaten in the car quite a bit, but like, if there's like a group of 4 or 5 of us,
yeah, you'd probably go in.
We'd go in.
And if I'm on like a trip, I'll absolutely take it with me. But if I'm just going home after, I'm definitely not taking it with.
Really?
Yeah.
I would totally take it with.
Just because I'm not thirsty anymore, and if I'm thirsty when I get home, I'll just have water, I guess.
Oh, so you're healthy.
Not consciously. Not because I'm trying to be.
Okay, so subconsciously then.
I don't even know. Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. It could be that. It could just be that I don't want any more soda when I'm done with my food.
Lemonade.
I don't want to drink anything else, So I'm just like, I guess I'm done. I don't want to deal with this cup anymore.
That makes sense. I am a big fan of drinks in general. Like I really I have beverages with me all the time.
Yep.
They're most of the time they're water when I'm at home, but I like to sip on things.
Yeah.
So, that's why I would probably fill it up and sip on it. Also, I like to chew ice.
Yeah.
So I would chew.
You're one of those guys.
I would chew the ice on the way home for sure. I won't chew ice on the podcast.
Please don't.
I push the mic away every time because some people don't maybe like water noises. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's your decision. Like, do with your water cup or your. I'm gonna do this right. Do with your cup what you please.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I don't look down on anybody who throws their beverage away. I do think that.
I do think you're stupid.
No, I don't. But I do think maybe you should consider, maybe filling that up. Maybe your friend at home wants it and you get a new straw.
So you're telling me you're out getting lunch with friends while you have a different friend just sitting at home at your house?
Maybe your little brother wants it. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And you know what? If there was a refill on anything else, free refill on anything else, you would get it. If there was like, refill your fries before you go, you would refill your fries.
Well, because that's food.
It doesn't matter if you're hungry or not. You would do it.
Because you can put that in the fridge and reheat it.
Fries?
Yeah.
Ew. Really?
Yeah.
You would reheat your fries?
I'd absolutely. Throw them on like a cookie sheet and put them in the oven.
Well, that's a lot of work to reheat fries.
Easy.
Anyway, that's all I'm saying. If it was food, you'd do it, but you won't do it for a beverage. On to the next comment content.
Thanks for that, Dexter.
Great question, Dexter.
It was good stuff.
Send us more like segment questions. That's cool. That's not our why would you do that for the week, because We love that segment, so we're going to do it twice. And we have to end the podcast with it.
We have to.
So my comment content comes from our number one fan, self-proclaimed. We don't have a number one fan. Like,
we secretly have a ranking, like a sheet that we have.
We do, for people that have interacted.
Yeah. And then we rank you based on how much we like you.
But it's in the notes. It's not a sheet.
You're right.
But
if you join our Patreon, you will have access to that shared doc.
But from our number one fan, he's a great fan.
Great fan.
Jakin, shouted him out last week. He left a 5-star review. So we're up to 3 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts. Give me some skin. Which is awesome.
That was an interesting thing to say.
I know. It just came to me on the spot. It's actually a pretty common phrase.
Is it really?
Yeah. Give me some skin because your skin
I get it.
slaps.
Right.
Your hand which
skin.
has skin on it, slaps somebody else's hand who has skin on it, and then
generally
give me
speaking,
some skin.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing to say though. Anyway, so he left a review, and it's silly and it's fun, and we're gonna read it here right now. So the title is "You're So Down to Earth." You're is spelled U-R. That's it. You are.
You really shortened that down to the bare minimum. I like it.
You're so down to earth. You know, like that. 5-star review. Okay, here we go. It says, I met Ian Anderson today, and you think because he's so famous and stuff, and now he has his own podcast, he would be like, oh, I'm so cool. I have a podcast. But he's not. He is super down to earth and super nice and humble. And so is Colin Anderson. You could almost say they are our Anderson brothers from another mother. They're some of the nicest people I have ever met, and it's actually crazy. I've been listening to their podcast for a little while now, and it's the best podcast out there. Better than Joe Rogan's podcast.
Better than Joe Rogan's podcast.
Better than every podcast. And Ian and Colin are such characters, and they're so funny. And McDonald's and wife, that's funny. It's if you know, you know, but if you don't, then you don't. I already gave a 5-star review, and their voices are just perfect for a podcast. So entertaining. Love you. God bless. And you and your family. Love your number one fan. That is a mouthful, Jakin, but I think you covered all the bases.
Yeah, that was
some
perfect.
of the obvious things.
Obvious things. We're better than Joe Rogan's podcast.
Better than Joe Rogan's podcast.
Everyone knows that. We have.
Is he like the most like?
I think it might be
the
the
biggest podcast ever?
I don't know for sure.
He like started podcasting, didn't he? Like,
I don't know about that, but it's definitely. I think it's the biggest.
Yeah. So that's cool. Also, McDonald's and wife is funny. Those are inside podcast jokes. If you know, you know, but if you don't, then you don't.
That sums it right up.
I liked that he said that. I liked that he said that. Also, we're Anderson brothers from another mother. We're not.
Fire.
We're not. But,
well,
it's a big compliment.
Yeah. I don't know if everyone knows this. We actually have the same last name.
Yeah, we do.
If you don't
Ian
know us
Anderson,
personally.
Colin Anderson, not related.
Not related. Probably.
I guess anything's possible.
Moving on.
But I don't want to talk about our last name. It's the most boring last name.
Yeah, it is.
Great review, Jakin. We really appreciate the 5-star reviews. Really helps us grow. So thanks for doing that. And please do that more.
Yes, exactly.
Don't be afraid to leave 2 5-star reviews, you guys.
I don't know if you can.
You can.
Can you really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can do it. I don't think it, like, you can do it multiple times, but I don't think it registers more than once.
The 5-star rating doesn't register, but if you want to write a review.
Can you really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. You guys can ask us questions in the 5-star review. Like,
5-star review. Why are you guys so awesome? We'll talk about it on the pod.
We'll talk about it. We'll tell you.
Yeah. Pretty much anything you'd ask.
We'll talk about it.
We'll answer the question for you if you leave a 5-star review with it.
Or a 1-star review. It doesn't matter.
We won't talk about it then. Well, you'll be banned from the podcast.
Okay. All right. So that was comment content.
Common content.
Moving on. I have a game time.
Here we go.
Okay. It's a pretty quick one. All it is, okay, is I've titled it Questions You'd Ask on Week 2. Okay. So explaining this title, Colin gave me this title idea. It's so good.
So good.
They are questions that you might ask someone you're trying to get to know over text on like week 2 of talking. Like they're not like they're deep enough questions to where this person's going, oh, like you're interested in me, right?
Yes.
Like you've already established that, like without saying it out loud.
Like you got the girl's number. You move beyond this. I imagine this in like middle school.
Yeah.
You move beyond just texting like, "Hi, how are you? Good, how are you?" This is like this is week 2. You know, you gotta. I
don't think there's anything wrong.
Step it up a notch.
I text my girlfriend, "Hi, how are you?"
No,
Good,
I'm not.
How are you?
I'm just saying, if this is all you're doing.
Oh yeah, and they're just like, "Good, how are you? Good, how are you?
Good,
how are you?" Yeah, and the conversation doesn't progress.
Just move it a little deeper.
If you're in that stage of your relationship, use some of these.
Some of these questions.
Here we go. I'm going to be asking Colin. All right.
Here we go.
Number 1, if you were invisible for a day, what's the first thing you would do?
Well, I could rob a bank. Problem is, the money would be floating through the air, so I don't know how effective that would be.
True. People would know you're invisible right away.
They would. And
so not very effective at keeping yourself invisible.
It couldn't be any faster, so they could catch me.
Exactly. Also, morally not okay.
Morally questionable at minimum. Gosh, that's tough. Invisible.
Would you wear clothes that day?
Well, I guess it depends on how this invisibility works.
You woke up, you're invisible. That's all you know.
Okay, I don't sleep naked. So
okay, didn't ask you if you did.
Well, this is context that's important.
No, it's
so
not.
I wake up and I'm invisible. Are my clothes invisible too?
No.
So if I did wear clothes, they'd just be like floating around.
Yes.
Okay, that would be a silly thing to do for a little bit. You know, just like prank some people. Like,
so you're saying you would walk around naked if you were invisible for a day? All right. Question answered.
Wouldn't you?
Moving on. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you have to.
So you don't know what the first thing you would do is?
I mean, take off my clothes, I guess.
Okay. Moving on. Okay. Would you rather stay home for a good meal and a movie or go out?
First one. Absolutely.
Stay home for a good meal and a movie.
Yeah.
What's your ideal meal?
A cheeseburger, probably, or popcorn.
Popcorn's not a meal.
Yeah, it is in my house.
That's not a meal.
I'm staying home in my house. I can make the rules, dude.
It's a snack. If you bring a girlfriend over for popcorn as dinner, they're not coming over again. Yeah, I mean, they might. I'm not going to.
She will.
I'm not going to judge her. Okay. Yeah, that's good. What's your ideal movie?
Like, what's my favorite movie? Or
no, ideal date movie.
Oh,
first date movie.
Gosh, something
at your house.
Something I haven't seen before, probably.
Really?
I think so.
Risky.
Yeah. Probably a comedy.
Okay.
What are you looking for? Like a type of a specific
that's
movie?
Enough. That's enough.
Yeah, probably a comedy. I feel like I don't want something that I'm gonna get like so invested in that my eyes are glued on the movie and I forget she's even there.
Yeah.
It's like
that would happen.
She tries to say to him, I'm just shut up.
I think that's happened to me. I don't know for sure. Okay. Next question. What's your biggest childhood fear? Let me just, before you answer, guys, that might be like a week 4, week 5, but we're moving fast right now. So go ahead. What's your biggest childhood fear?
Sorry about that. Biggest childhood fear. Oh, heights is one of them.
Okay.
Still is. Don't like heights at all.
I don't mind them.
Really? You kind of like them?
Yeah, I do actually. I kind of like them.
Cool.
I mean, they make me nervous, but I like enjoy the adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
I walk walls for my job. Like I have to walk on the wall.
Oh, that's scary.
Of the house. They're like the one that we're building now is like not a house, but the wall was like 30 feet high before we put the roof trusses on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I walked it. It was whatever.
I walked it.
I walked it. It was whatever.
I walked the wall. That'd be a fun parody of the song "Walk the Line."
Maybe I walked the wall. It is thrilling sometimes. Like thrilling is maybe not the right word, but it does give you like one, like a reality check, and two, like kind of a crazy feeling when you're standing on the edge of a wall and you're going like, if I fall, like there's a good chance I don't survive.
Yeah.
Especially from 30 feet up, there's like almost, I mean,
30 feet's high.
I know of some people who survived falls like that high in my like trade, but it's pretty rare. Like
I'm sure 30 feet is really high. Now that I'm thinking about it.
It's really high. Yeah.
Because we at work we have like the lift, for like putting up lights in the sanctuary. I think from like the floor to ceiling in there is 17 and a half feet.
Yeah.
So that's like close to double that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
No, anyway, heights. I think drowning is probably the biggest.
Ooh, that's a good fear. Like
big bodies of water kind of scare me, to be honest with you.
Oh, do they?
I think so.
Okay. So like lakes, or
yeah,
just like the
ocean more so, but like I don't know.
Like Lake Superior, and like close to
I think just
it's in Minnesota.
I don't like, if you're like wakeboarding or whatever.
Oh, yeah, and you fall off the tube
fall off
and
and
you
you're
have to wait
sitting
for the
there.
boat.
I don't like that at all.
That's a scary feeling.
Oh, I don't like it.
You're like, is a northern gonna come up and bite my feet off?
Need 9-toe Colin for the rest of my life.
You're not growing that toe back.
It's not
Those
gonna
are good
happen.
fears. Those are good fears.
What about you?
No comment. Okay. Okay. If you could erase anyone from history,
Oh, you're serious? No.
who would it be?
Race anyone from history,
Yes.
like on foot.
What?
No,
erase.
Oh, erase.
Yeah. You know what? We're gonna answer the first one.
Okay.
Go ahead. Race anyone from history.
Yeah, I'd like to race George Washington.
Why?
I don't know.
You know who I want to race?
Who?
Napoleon Bonaparte. Short guy, probably not very fast.
I don't think he was.
I think I'd win.
He actually wasn't that short. Did you know that?
Maybe not, but I don't want to get into
but you
it.
still think you'd win?
And two, I think I could win.
I think I can make it happen.
I think if he goes down in history as being short, he could not have been very tall. Like,
maybe.
so
I don't know for sure, but I don't know. Nonetheless,
that's
you
what I
think
would
you
do.
could win.
Okay, now who would you erase?
Erase. Trying to think of something that's not wouldn't be like cliche, like Hitler.
I mean, yeah,
That's
I
an
think
obvious-
we would
that's
all
an obvious
erase
answer.
Hitler, but
The
like
devil.
try to be a little more like thought provoking.
I know. I don't think there's a good answer for this.
There is.
What do you got?
I don't know.
Okay.
But there's a good answer to every question.
Here's the problem I'm running into. You could go down the road of like terrible dictators, like
Yeah.
your Hitlers of the world, and that's fine. But then you try to get anything more obscure, and it's just like, oh, that's kind of a mean thing to just erase someone from existence. I don't feel like
Is it mean though? Because once they're gone, you'd never know they were even around. Neither would they.
That's kind of morbid.
It's true.
It is true. It's kind of that was a dark one. I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna go with Hitler and move on.
Okay. All right. That's fine. You missed Judas, but whatever.
But didn't that have to happen?
It had to happen. Yeah, you're right. Jesus had to die for the sanctification of our
But
sins.
did Judas have to betray him?
A good question. I don't know. Did he?
I don't know.
I mean, I
was
suppose-
was it prophesied? Was there a prophecy about?
I am
him betraying him?
unaware.
I don't know.
But I guess God could have put him into the hands of the Romans any way he wanted
Yeah.
to.
Right.
He chose to do it through Judas.
Right.
Have you heard those ideas that like Judas was there are some speculated theories out there
Oh boy. Here we go.
based on some old writings of the time
Here we go.
that say that Judas was actually approached by Jesus and Jesus told him, this is going to happen. You're going to do this. You're going to go down in history as a terrible person, but it's necessary for you to do these things so as to fulfill prophecy. Because the prophecy of the money buying a potter's field, that is a prophecy.
Yes, it
Judas
is.
spent the money on a potter's
You're
field.
right. You're right.
That's a prophecy.
It's in Jeremiah, I think.
Yeah, but that is a belief in some.
That sounds like something that
Sects of things.
comes from one of the books that's not actually part of the Bible.
It does.
Like,
It's the Gospel of Judas,
yeah,
which is
a book.
a book that was written around that time.
No.
Maybe not by Judas, but
I think all the ones that aren't part of the Bible were ones that are pretty much confirmed to have been written like many years later and aren't real.
that's not what I heard. But
If we're wrong, if I'm wrong, just leave a 5-star review and say you're 100% wrong about that.
100%
That's
wrong.
stupid.
anyway, you missed Judas in that question. But moving on to a more lighthearted question. This is the last one I got.
Okay.
This is a really good question. Did Lightning McQueen hang on. I got this question off of an Instagram
I love this
poll.
already. I'm so happy.
Off of an Instagram poll that I saw somebody do. So it's not original. For Joseph O'Brien, if you're watching this, like, come on the pod, and just so you know, I stole this from you.
Stole it.
Did Lightning McQueen have life insurance or car insurance?
Oh, that's tough.
It's tough, but is it?
Like car insurance.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Well, just no, because hear me out. In that world, they would call it car insurance, I think, because that's kind of the way they use words in that.
No, they did. No, he had life insurance because he is a living thing. Yeah.
I think it would be called car insurance, but it would effectively be life insurance.
I don't think it'd be called car insurance.
I think if they mentioned insurance in that movie, it would be called car insurance without a doubt. That's like a layup of a joke that they'd be absolutely.
I think the layup of the joke would be that it's called life insurance.
I don't think so. You don't think so?
I don't think so. I'm just telling you that it's obviously life insurance. You can't insure something that's not live. If something's living, it can't be insured under anything other than life insurance. Like, logically. In
our world, yes.
Well, yeah, but we are in our world.
Okay, but this is the Cars world.
But we're in our world discussing this question.
Right. But
you can't just decide that you're in Cars world.
Of course, when we're asking a question about cars,
you can't. You're in this world.
So you're saying if Lightning McQueen existed in this world, oh yeah, he'd have life insurance.
Would he, or would somebody insure him?
I think if he. This is a dumb question. You made this into a dumb question. You've gone
from loving this question to a dumb question.
Well, because you've warped it out of perspective. Assuming we're in the Cars universe, because that's where Lightning McQueen exists.
Sure.
He would have car insurance.
I disagree.
I will die on that hill.
I will die on this hill.
I believe in nothing more than I believe in that.
I will die on this hill.
This is, yes.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Those are good questions.
That was a good question, I think, at the end. I'm sorry if I ruined it, but
I think it was good.
I think it was a funny question. Yeah.
I've got something to talk about with you.
Oh no. What did I do?
I said that weird. So I work in a church, and you have worked in a church and volunteer quite often in churches currently.
Yes.
So we both grown up in churches, know a lot about church culture.
Jesus.
Yes, the Bible.
The answer. That's the answer.
Okay, next topic then. We figure that out. Dang it.
For all my camp friends out there, I really, really, really want you to text me if you started singing the song "Jesus Is the Answer." It's a camp joke. I'm not going to explain it, but I really want to know if you did.
Text them.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, there's a lot of these phrases that we use in churches that make sense for people that are within a church, but make no sense to anybody else.
I love this topic. Yes.
And I've just compiled a list of Christianese, if you will,
Christianese
phrases that I've heard.
Did our fans help you make this?
No.
No. Okay.
But this is a note that I already had long before we had a podcast that I found.
Fun.
And these are pretty good.
Okay.
I'm just going to list off all of them real quick, and then we can go back if we want to.
Okay.
Here they are. Pour into, press in, love on, come around, wrestle with, flesh out, unpack, do life together, breakthrough, intentional, fellowship, hedge of protection, traveling mercies.
Traveling mercies.
What do you think? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts, like, right off the bat, are press into.
Mm-hmm.
That one, like, wow. That one can be so taken the wrong way. Like,
well, so many of these, they're just like, I just imagine these are most common, I feel like, in like a church announcement time when you're like greeting or like announcements, and you're talking to the new people. You're like, fill out the card, they're like, we just want to love on you. We want to come around you.
Yeah.
We just want to pour into you and do life with you. People are like, what are you talking about?
Will you do announcements at my church? That was really good. Yeah. We just want to pour into you and do life with you. Do life with you, I don't think is really that much of a Christianese.
It's just weird. It's just a weird thing to say.
I think that one's like common everywhere.
Maybe. I think that one's a broader thing about people saying things in weird ways.
Sure.
Like what is doing life mean?
Exactly what we're doing now, podcasting.
We want to make a podcast with you. So fill out that connection card, drop it in the basket.
Put it in the box at the. Nobody does baskets anymore. Put it in the box at the back.
Go
of the door.
online and fill out our virtual connection card.
Go online and give. There are 5 ways you can give at this church. 6 actually, if you just deposit it directly into my pocket.
Here at Thrive Church, we believe in generous giving.
Okay, so there's this comedian on Instagram that does like church spoofs.
Yeah.
And his random action verb church is his like spoofy church name. It's my favorite thing. He's like, "Hey guys, welcome to Random Action Verb Church." Like, and it's so true. Like Thrive Church, Run Church. That one's not as
Sit
good.
Church,
Sit Church,
Grow Church,
Grow.
Yeah, it's more abstract action verbs.
Grow Church. Water Church.
That's not a verb.
Like watering.
Oh, like water.
Yeah.
Like to water. Like water in
water.
plant.
How would you phrase that?
Water in water.
It's like living water church is what people do.
Yeah, you do inflame church.
Oh, that one's
Engulf
good.
church.
Engulf, yes.
Ember church. A lot of fire.
A lot of we like fire.
Ashes.
We also really like water. So
Water
you could
and fire.
do like waves church.
Waves. River, brook.
Yeah, brook church, creek church. Nah, that one's probably not.
I think Creek Church
Church
is a church.
It probably is a church somewhere.
Yeah, there's a ton of them with river in it.
Nature, Valley Church, Mountaintop Church.
Hills and Valleys.
Hills and Valley Church.
That's good. Cloud Church. I've never heard of that, but that's kind of weird.
That is weird. That's
probably why I've never heard of that.
That one's weird. Cloud Church. It's like, what is that going on in there? Have you ever seen a cowboy church?
No.
Okay, so I have seen a literal cowboy church. It's called Cowboy Church. And it's like a cowboy church, and apparently
this is really helping me figure out.
You go in like
and it's
cowboys
a cowboy
go in.
church.
No, cowboys go in like they're dressed in cowboy hats, cowboy boots, like, and they do church there, and it's
they just do life together.
They do life. And they do life together, and they love on each other. They pour into each other. They press and they flesh out issues.
Is this a church or?
They flesh out issues. They unpack things. They break through.
They're just really intentional about their fellowship, and
they send people with a hedge of protection and traveling mercies as they go out. Oh, that's another one. Like as you leave from this place, nobody else says that. Like
as you leave, just know that you are loved. We want to just love on you. Just
can you imagine?
Please fill out the card. If you forget everything I said today, just remember this. Please fill out the connection card.
Please remember to fill out the connection card.
We just want to get to know you better.
We just want to pray for you.
All I want. I swear.
All I want is to pray for you. I promise. Why do you need my address to pray for? Just fill it out.
What if? Just please put it.
Do you really need my email address and my normal address?
Yes.
My zip code and my business place that I work for.
Okay, but why are you asking my social security number? It's
just fill out the connection card.
If I pray to you and I don't tell God your social security number, he's not going to hear the prayer. He doesn't
listen.
That's the only way he knows.
You obviously haven't done this before.
You come back next week. Yeah, I think you put your address wrong. What's up with that?
Yeah.
How do you know that? Well, I just was just stopping by. I just wanted to do life with you, and your neighbors were confused.
At least I think they were protection around your home.
Brought my friends and my gardening tools, and we're just gonna make a hedge of protection around your home, dude.
Okay. In sincerity, we love the church.
Church is great, yeah. They just say funny things sometimes.
That was funny. That was a funny joke we just did. Wow. Oh, that was good.
You got anything else written down? Because I got some more stuff we can get into.
Go for it, dude.
Okay.
The only other thing that I have written down is just a quick shout out.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it.
You're just going to do it.
Last week we talked about Wordle, and
yes,
your mom plays Wordle.
Your mom.
Your mom.
Dude.
No, but your mom plays Wordle,
she
right?
Does.
And I found out that my mom also plays Wordle. And
the moms are playing Wordle.
We made a comment that we don't know of anybody who's ever gotten a Wordle in one. That's no longer true. My mom got a Wordle in one time.
I feel like I also said my mom did too.
Oh, did you?
So I'm not trying to do a my mom is better than yours, but my mom did it twice.
She did?
No, she didn't.
Well, I mean, if we're doing my mom's better than yours, it was the first time she ever played the game.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yes. She had never played the game before. Somebody walked into her office and said, hey, check this out. She takes it and he goes, you type in 5-letter words. She goes, sugar. Boom. All green.
Whoa.
Yep.
Your mom is better than my mom. Wow. Yeesh.
I don't consent to you saying that. Okay, Becky? I don't know I didn't like that you said that. Anyway.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, so I wanted to throw that out. You know, shout out, Mom. You're crushing it on Wordle.
I have an idea for a new segment.
Okay. I love new segments.
I don't necessarily have a name for it, so I'm just going to do the thing I always do.
I'm going to write it down.
Where I make up a silly, overly elongated name for it.
Nice.
So this one is going to be something that I noticed that I think is kind of cool and generally like.
I'm not going to write all that down. Okay.
You could just say like things I like.
Things. Okay. Love it. Things you like.
And
Go ahead.
This one is. So, okay, let me give some context first. People point out a lot that millennials generally speaking, I think, or younger people nowadays are giving their kids really weird names.
Ooh.
You know?
Yes, people do that.
And that's true. And I don't know if I love it, but whatever. The point is,
it's your kid. Name it what you want.
Yeah, name it what you want. I don't care.
I don't care what you name your kid.
I think we need to start society in general. We need to start giving babies grown-up / old person names. For example, Carl, Roger, Bob, you know?
Well, because Robert, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, Robert. Call him Bob. Call him Bobby when he's little. I don't care.
Bobby's a good name.
Robbie. I don't know. Robbie. You got options. That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah.
Because that kid, as much as you think it's going to be a baby for a long time, it's not going to be a baby that long. It's not going
to be a baby forever.
It's going to be an adult most of its life, generally speaking.
That's true.
So give it a grown-up name.
This is a great thing that you brought up, because I agree with you. Not only is that baby going to become an adult and need an adult name for the most of its life, but also, like, you don't understand and maybe this is why it's died off, but the responsibility that a Bob holds, just being named Bob.
When you're a Bob, you're just the. How do I put this?
Like, what's your name? Hi, I'm Bob. Holy cow.
Oh my gosh,
you are a smart man. Obviously, you have way more life experience than me, and please tell me everything you know.
Also, Bob, you probably you have one of those belt clips that your phone goes on, you know?
Well, we're not stereotyping.
I'm not stereotyping, but I'm just saying that means this guy could mow your lawn and do it well.
Yeah. Also Frank.
He owns a couple good weed whackers, you know? He's just a dad.
He's a dad. Bob's a dad.
Awesome.
You know what Frank is?
What?
Frank's got a coin collection, and he can tell you about that wheat penny that you have. All right, he knows what year that is. Like, he can read that stuff. Oh,
he can
1904, read 1904D. I know exactly what that means, right? He knows what that stuff is.
He knows.
And if you ask him, he'll tell you. He's a big history buff. Frank is.
He is. Right. He watches the History Channel. He watches a different one that does history.
The Discovery Channel, maybe, or something like that. Right? Yeah. Frank's a great name. Also, one of my personal favorites. That's just a good name. Dave.
Dave's a great name.
My dad's name is Dave.
Yeah.
Shout out Dave.
Shout out Dave.
Or shout out Dad is what I mean to say. Dave's a great name, and it's so classic. Like, if there's a number of cute little names that you can name your son that he can eventually pick as his name being Dave, like Davis.
Davis
is a really cute little boy name. My cousin's name is Davis.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know anybody with the first name Davis.
Oh, it's a great name.
I've only heard it as a last name.
Oh yeah, it's a great name.
That's
Davis.
A cool name, yeah.
Okay. Davey.
Davey as a first name?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Oh yeah.
I would think it'd be David or Davis, and your nickname would be Davey.
Well, could be. Yeah.
Either way, it works.
Either way, you could name him David and call him Davey, or you could name him Dave and call him Davey.
That's the cool thing about all these classic names is you can
Every
give them
one of them has a nickname.
The full version, and you've got 3 at minimum pretty good nicknames.
Tommy.
Yeah. Thomas, you go with Thomas. You got Tom. You got Tommy.
Yep. You got T-Bone.
Yes.
Mr. T.
What's cool about that is then they've got like, oh, you're 3 years old. You go by Tommy. You
Yep.
grow up. Okay. You're like 16. You decide, I'm not going by Tommy anymore. I'm not a little kid. I'm Thomas. I'm Tom. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe you still go by Tommy.
And you know
that's
what?
cool if you do.
That's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just your preference.
But sometimes 16-year-olds are like, oh, I don't know. I'm done.
Yeah. And then there are names out there.
My point is, there's names that you can suit a variety of personalities and just different types of people, because you don't know what your kid's personality is going to be like when you name them.
True.
So give them something they can work with.
I am a big believer, though, that your name does influence your personality.
Really?
Yes. Hunters are going to be hunters. And I don't mean that they're going to hunt, but you know what I mean when I say hunter.
It's a dumb opinion.
I'm being serious, okay?
I know, but it's dumb.
I worked at a camp, and when they had a name, you could tell that it was going to reflect their personality. Just slightly. Okay? Moving on, though. I do think that there's a middle ground here.
Yeah.
That you can get away with. Most of my siblings' names are not old people names, but they are also not like new generation names that like we're naming our kids nowadays.
Yeah.
Like
don't say anything.
Camden.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
I would just not say a name because you're going to say someone's name.
If I'm offending you, I'm sorry. But like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like those style names that are like, I've never heard of that name before. Right. That's interesting.
And there's nothing wrong with
like
weird names.
Apple. Didn't somebody name their kid Apple?
I don't know. There's Elon Musk's kid, which is like a combination of letters and numbers. Some weird symbol.
He's a robot name.
The point is, when you give your kid a name that's hard to nickname, you're tying them down to that.
But like Ian is my name. People call me E.
People do call you E. And
I love it. I couldn't really
People ever call you Ian?
When they see my name sometimes. Yeah. People spell my name wrong a lot. It's spelled I-A-N. Some people spell it E-A-N.
Really?
Quite frequently.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
But you're the only Ian I know. So
yeah. Well, you're not the only Colin I know, but
cool.
Yeah. But Colin's a great name. It's a really cute little kid name. It's also like a semi-normal adult name.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of a middle road of normal and weird.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say.
Same thing with Ian. Yeah. I think it's like
I agree.
It's not super common, but it's not like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's your name?
You named your child
shocking number of people.
Zebra? That's not right. Zebra. Really? Are you sure? You sure you want to go with zebra? I would just say it to any of our expecting parents out there, which I know one of you listens, okay? Just stay away from animals as names. Okay?
There's some cool ones.
Like what?
I don't know.
Goose.
Goose would be great.
Goose is a cool name. Just because of Top Gun.
Yeah.
Goose, but that wasn't his real name. That's what they called him.
Right. I don't know if I can't think of anything now, but I'm sure there's
Ryan.
Then you could say "see you later" out. Did you say Ryan?
Yeah, I said Rhino.
Oh,
not Ryan.
Ryan, weird animal names.
Rhino, hippopotamus. Alex, what? Anyway, we can move on from the name thing. But that was good. That was a good segment. I don't really understand the name of the segment though. Things you like.
What I like is people giving babies grown-up names.
Got you. Okay. So this is almost like a flip side to why do people do that? Where we talk
it's a more positive version.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Speaking of why do people do that?
It's time.
I think it's time.
Why do people do that?
It's time for why do people do that?
Do that.
We're not gonna beatbox.
We're not. We've always said this is never gonna be a beatboxing podcast. That was when we thought about starting a podcast. We made a list of 7 things we will never do on the podcast. Keep listening, and
beatboxing in the future number 7.
Actually, this is 6. You're forgetting 7.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Well,
we'll get there eventually. We'll talk about that someday.
Number 7 was that we won't talk about the list. So I guess we didn't.
Now you told them. Okay, we got 5 more. We'll sprinkle in here and there.
All right. So today's Why Do People Do That is brought to you by yours truly, Ian Anderson, who does the best Why Do People Do That. Colin, yours is good too, but mine's are better.
Yours are better. Okay. That's fine. You can be wrong. Go ahead.
Leave a 5-star review and let us know why do people do that so you like better. Here we go. This is my Why Do People Do That. I know you're going to agree with me, Colin.
Good.
Okay.
I don't like disagreeing on the why do people
not know what they're going to order when they get up to the front of the line.
I don't think I'm going to agree with you as much as you think I'm going to.
I think you will once I preface this situation. Let me put you in a scenario.
Put me in a scenario. Okay? Paint the picture.
Okay, here's what's going on. You walked into a Chick-fil-A. You love Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably smiling.
Chick-fil-A. You have a biggest grin on your face. Chick-fil-A is a pretty famous restaurant. Okay. I'm not going to say that everybody's been there, but a lot of people have been to Chick-fil-A. Also, you don't go to Chick-fil-A without knowing that they serve chicken.
That's true. Generally.
So you walk into Chick-fil-A with a buddy of yours who says, man, it's been so long since I've been to Chick-fil-A. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Just making small talk, whatever. There's some people in front of you who are ordering. You get up to the line and the lady goes, welcome to Chick-fil-A. What can I get you today? Do they say that? Does it rhyme? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
That'd be fun though.
And you slap down your usual order. I believe it's a number one special.
That's what I get. Yeah.
I don't think you get the deluxe.
No,
do you? No,
not.
Just the number
just
one regular chicken sandwich with 2 pickles on it, fries and a drink.
Yeah.
With some Chick-fil-A sauce.
Get some Chick-fil-A sauce.
Get some Chick-fil-A. Also, hot take. Not hot take. Just do this at Chick-fil-A. Try the different sauces. They're all amazing. Sweet and spicy sriracha. So good. Okay, continuing.
Yeah.
You're like, it's already been talked about. You're going to pay for the meal, right? And there's a line in this Chick-fil-A. And the guy gets up and he starts staring at the menu. He's looking at it and 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 he's looking at it. And my mind goes, dude, we've been standing in this line for upwards of 3 minutes. Why did you not look at the menu?
Did this happen
to you?
That is
clearly printed in front of you before you got up to the register. No, this didn't happen. I mean, it has happened to me.
Is this a real story? Or are you just like making up the absolute worst case scenario version of this?
No, this isn't worst case scenario.
No, I know, but like
worst case scenario is you get a family of 6 who's never been to Burger King and they decide to go through the drive-thru.
You could have stopped at Burger King because that's already the worst.
McDonald's versus Burger King. Facebook group.
Anything happened in that Facebook group?
No. Okay. That's my why do people not look at the menu? Okay. And I have sympathy for someone who has never been to the restaurant before and they're in the drive-thru and you can't see it until you get up there. A lot of drive-thrus nowadays have a secondary
they have
menu,
2, which is awesome. It's a great way to do it.
To speed things along, right? But when you walk in, that should be your first priority. Okay. You need to look at the menu when it's that style restaurant where you walk up, order, and then go sit down. Yep. Okay. Because that layout of the restaurant is built for speed.
Yep.
Like
you're holding up the line. They're
it's not a sit and dine restaurant. Okay. So you need to know what you're going to order when you get in the door, or as soon as you get in the door, start looking at the menu.
Yep.
If you want to switch it up, that's totally fine. But know when you get to the register what you're going to order. Don't make everybody else wait on you. That's my opinion. Why do people do that?
Yeah, I, to a certain extent, agree with you.
Thank you.
I think especially...
it's the right opinion.
Especially at Chick-fil-A, where their line, at least in the one that's closest to us, you go in and you're kind of parallel with the counter when you're waiting.
You can see the whole menu.
No matter where you're at in line, you have a pretty good view of the menu.
Yes.
Some restaurants, the counter is like here and you're perpendicular in line. So you're far enough back. And additionally, you walk in, you're the only one like there. You go straight to the counter. You know?
Sure, but that's different. If there's no line,
my point is there are situations, I think, where you can't really see the menu well until you're right there. Sure. They say, what do you want? I say, hold on. Give me just a hot second.
Okay, sure. Let me give you another scenario.
Yeah, give me another scenario.
Grinds my gears. You're at Chipotle.
Yeah.
And somebody's making their burrito. Dude, I understand maybe you want to put something else on your burrito, but it's all right there in front of you. Do not look at that person and say, do you guys have any, like, just white onion?
Do you see a white onion?
Dude, where do you think you are? Like, this is Chipotle. You put on your burrito, what's in front of the glass? Like, you don't get to ask for things like that.
Could you run to the gas station and pick me up a donut? Could you make that happen?
What can I get you? What can I get you to drink? What can I get you to drink? Dasani water, please. Oh, we don't have Dasani water. Okay, well, you're gonna need to figure something out because
I'm the customer's always right. So can you go?
I'm the customer. Like there's this is what I'm trying to say. Like there's a level of it being okay that I understand. If it's your first time to the restaurant, that's okay. Yep. If you want to switch it up, that's okay. But don't wait till the last minute to make your decision because you're wasting the order person's time, the cashier's time, I would guess would be. You're wasting that person's time. You're wasting your own time. You're wasting the people in line behind you's time. You're wasting your friend who's going to pay for you's time. And your order is now going to take longer because your order is. If you ordered first and your friend is taking too long, then your order is going to take longer because they're going to bring it out at the same time. Your order might be done by the time this person decides what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like I said, I generally agree. I think it's also a problem when people are just in too much of a hurry, you know? As a phrase in my family is no hurry, no worry, you know? Just chillax. You'll be fine.
I understand that.
Get the flip over it.
And I agree again to an extent that you can.
So
slow down.
I think we agree here.
Yeah.
Just don't be outrageous on either end of the spectrum.
True.
Don't be crazy.
Just be a normal person.
Just
and
be
know
normal,
what
please.
You order at Chick-fil-A. Like number 2, no pickle, extra crispy fries with a frosted lemonade. 2 Polynesian sauces, 2 sweet and spicy srirachas, 2 Chick-fil-A sauces. Boom. Done.
Nice. Easy.
Your total is, I don't know what it costs.
I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, also, same deal when I sit down at a restaurant with like a couple date or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So there's 4 of us.
A double date.
The talking starts too soon. Okay. I love talking. Obviously.
That's why you made a podcast.
Okay. And I want to talk to this person, but hey, I got an idea. Before the waitress comes back,
figure out what you want to order.
What we're gonna eat. Please know what you're going to order instead of me ordering. Okay, and then it goes around the table, and you go skip me, which I've been there. I've said it.
Yeah, if you need a second more.
Sorry, come back to me. Okay, that's fine. And then it comes back to you, and we're still waiting, dude. Just pick a burger or something. Okay?
I think what's happening there is that person's deciding am I going to be bold and try something new?
Right.
Or am I just going to go with the classic? If it gets back to you and you don't know, go with the classic. You can't go wrong.
You know what? Or just be bold, but just decide.
Or just say, I'll have what the person before me ordered. You don't even know. You don't remember what they said. Just go with it. Just try something
one way
new.
To be bold.
I would never do something like that. But I think our listeners should try that sometime.
All I'm saying is just please don't waste other people. Why do people waste other people's time is the main thing, but mostly in this regard because it just grinds my gears.
I think the solution with the
order on the app.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. Yeah. Because most of the fast food places have really good apps.
Oh yeah. Taco Bell's app is top notch.
Great. McDonald's app is great.
I don't use it that much. But
Taco Bell's is...
I already said.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Taco Bell, McDonald's, and Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A's app, I believe, is top notch as well.
Yeah. So most of the main fast food places have pretty good apps.
Guys, McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Chick-fil-A have great apps. What else do you want?
What else could you ask for?
Dude, if you go into Cane's and you do this, where you look at, they serve 4 items at Cane's.
Do they?
I don't know if you knew this.
I've never been.
They serve a Caniac box, which is 6 chicken fingers. They serve a box combo, which is 4 chicken fingers. And they serve I think it's called 3 chicken finger box. And they serve a chicken sandwich.
Okay. So you pick one.
Pick one. Go ahead, pick one.
The first one.
No, this is me talking to another person.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just pick one. Go ahead, pick one. Pick one. Just pick one. Well, I mean, I'm hungry, but am I that hungry? It's like, dude, listen to me for a second, okay? Listen. Okay? We're at Cane's, and it's probably lunchtime. You'll eat again. Just pick one. If you're like, I'm hungry, but I'm not that, take it home. It comes in a box.
Or just get the smaller one, and then eat it home if you're still hungry.
Yeah, it literally comes in a box. You can take it home, or just get the smaller one. Okay. I'm done ranting about this. It was that
Ian's mad at people wasting his time is what it comes down to.
Why do people do that?
Yep.
Anyway, that was Why Do People Do That for this episode. Let us know what you think about
people wasting time.
Generally, time, baby names,
Christianese.
What's some other things we talked about here?
Talked about questions.
Podcasts. Lightning McQueen having life insurance.
Car insurance is the correct one.
Whatever. We're not mad at each other.
All we're saying is thanks for listening. Leave a 5-star review.
Or don't.
Follow us in the places. Or don't. I don't care. We really just want to do life with you and have a great day.
Later, guys.